Joining me right now is Brian Panessa, who is a registered nurse, but also CEO of FFN. And we're going to find out more about that because he has a great initiative happening for our first responders. Brian, how you doing this morning?
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Doing well.
Okay, let's give a little background about you before we talk about what FFN is, because you're a registered nurse yourself.
Correct.
So, and what type of nurse are you?
So I work in surgical services. I work in the pre-op area at Mountain View Hospital in Las Vegas, Nevada.
So that's amazing, and I like this initiative that you're doing. So tell me about FFN.
So FFN stands for Fit Functional Nurses. And if you guys are looking at my logo right now, you see that there's 3 arcs. And those 3 arcs represent the components of health. And health is when it's all balanced together, you have the mental, the physical, and the spiritual components of health. And by those arcs, that's what FFN represents. It's having balance in your life as well as being a frontline worker, first responder, nurse.
And Brian, you know firsthand how important those are to maintaining what you do for others. And without those, things can fall apart. And that's why you have started this initiative for first responders. Tell me a little about this.
Absolutely. So being a nurse for almost 6.5 years now, I think I put in more hours than nurses that put in 10 years of work. And especially this whole COVID pandemic, us as nurses have really stepped up to the plate when it comes to, filling in for other coworkers and that get diagnosed, unfortunately with this, this virus, and going above and beyond for my managers and my other coworkers and just making a name for myself at the hospital. I've realized that I've lost out on a lot of things, but I need to regain that balance. And by doing so, the FFN has kind of propelled me to do so. And what I want to do is I want that message to be heard across the nation as far as nurses are very, very important in the community's eye as far as what they do, and they should be recognized for that. And that's what FFN is all about. It's an incentive and benefit program that enhances a nurse's lifestyle outside of work. What we do is we get the community involved as far as small businesses such as restaurants, hotels, airfare, retail shops. And we want those small businesses to recognize nurses for what they've done for the COVID-19 pandemic and is going forward in the future.
I'll tell you, Brian, it's so incredible what you're doing with this. And also, as you said, you want to make sure that you're kind of like connecting across the country. So you do come to some kind of neat Friday nights. What's this Friday night events that you do?
So we had an event this past Friday night at the Rockstar Bar, and it was called Nurse Night. And as you know, our Vegas Golden Knights were unfortunately kicked out of our playoff run. But, us in Vegas, we really support our hockey team, just like you guys do with your Coyotes and also your baseball team, the Diamondbacks. When you get behind a team like that, it raises the spirit and raises the community value and gets people excited about the team and wearing the jerseys and wearing the logos. And that's what we tried to do at the Rockstar Bar. The main component of it was all nurses wear Vegas Golden Knight gear, and they would get into the Rockstar Bar for free. And what we did is we raised money for the Vegas Golden Knight Foundation that night. We raised over $1,800 for the Vegas Golden Knight Foundation by doing putting and doing chip shots on the driving range, because the Rockstar Bar is a driving range / bar and grill.
Yeah.
And we had a live band there, and we had a bunch of vendors there. And again, much appreciated to all the vendors that turned out. And it was just basically just giving back to the nurses and recognizing them for all their hard work and the care that they provide.
Yeah, and that's where you want people across the country to get involved like this with different things. So how can people find out more about this initiative and also about FFN?
Well, we're growing. And then, you guys are our next door neighbor, Arizona. We plan on rolling over to Arizona. And I think it's a great spot as far as being from Vegas, because we are the entertainment capital of the world. And this whole COVID pandemic has hit us pretty hard, a lot more than other cities. And again, it's our job as nurses that we've done the work, but we also want to give back. and nurses can give back because nurses care about not only just their patients, but also the community and the values that they have.
Yeah, Brian, I'll tell you, this is so incredible what you're doing and giving back in a special way. We have information on the screen also at aztv.com, how you can find out more about Brian's initiative and what he's doing with FFN. And we appreciate you being here, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.